Good morning, fellas. Today, another episode of Diary of a Noble Natty. Yes, quite distinguished indeed. Anyways, we're gonna pick up where we left off last time. I don't know if that's how you say it, but we left at the 30th of January of this year. And let me first read it out, and then I'll explain to you what I think of this because it's quite a interesting topic for me. So, at the start of February, I'm cold to turkey in YouTube and porn. Now that was my intention. I wanted to do that, and I failed. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's either wake up at 6 a.m. or 10, 12 a.m. It's because it makes me feel different, and like I'm either more disciplined or more lazy than everyone else. I cannot just be in the middle. I suppose that my inability to regulate pleasurable activities is what makes me cold to turkey shit out. I cannot play games for just 1 hour. It's either 0 hours or 5 hours straight. Could I have a healthy relationship with games? Yeah, but I don't want healthy. Not now, at least. Now, I want to be extreme because I believe this is how you can make the best results in something. It's not stable and it does lead me to some agony, but I can deal with it. Alright, then I have another part that I think is also pretty cool, but it has to do with something else. But I read this after the last episode, and I thought, fuck, I think this is more to do with my ego than wanting to be extreme because it works best for me. I don't think that being extreme works for many people. And you're extreme when you're different than everyone else. If you do crazy shit or just on another level, you most likely do extreme shit like wake up at 6 a.m., run in the fucking cold, do all sorts of shit. But I had this sort of streak of not playing video games. I cold to turkey that shit, and I stopped playing video games for like months. So I thought that I could do the same with YouTube and porn. Well, it wasn't as easy because video games are much different than video games, but and it's kind of self-explanatory. Like, look, I could play 2 hours of video games every day, but is it healthy? No. Like, playing video games is not that good. But let's talk about YouTube or pornography, because that's kind of what most people struggle with, in my opinion. If you're watching too much YouTube or too much Instagram, to me, it's either I don't watch anything the whole day or I watch the whole day something. Now, some days it feels good to just know that you managed to do it well and to just lower the amount that you used it for. Like, I don't know, maybe you used it for 1 hour the whole day and you feel good. But here what I write is, I want to be extreme because I believe this is how I can get the best results in something. I agree with this, but I think that it has to do with my ego. I think that I want to be different and be noticed as someone that is different than everyone else by doing extreme shit. Extreme shit, it's not extreme, it's just not normal for me and not normal for most people. Like waking up at 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. Not many people do that. Some people do, and we see them as like these fucking disciplined gods or some shit. Like David Goggins, that motherfucker, you see him and he's disciplined as fuck. And to most of us, he's doing extreme shit. Waking up really early, going to fucking run miles and miles and miles, and coming back and working out, and then doing all this shit. And it's extreme to most of us. But I think my problem has to do with ego, and I don't know. But I do agree with the whole sentiment of to really get good at something or have the best results in the shortest amount of time, you have to go to the fucking extreme sides. You either do it a lot or, I don't know, you overdo it. For example, the reason why I believe this is because I fucking lived through it. When I came to Belgium, I had 2 years in international school where I learned English, and I already kind of knew English, so it wasn't as hard. But then I had to go to a public school in which you can only speak Dutch. Right? So in a short amount of time, I had to learn Dutch. And I did learn it. And now I can speak it fluently and everything. However, it does lead to some agony. And agony can be, or some pain, I suppose. It can be interpreted in many ways. If you're doing a physical activity, you're gonna feel physical pain. You're not gonna feel that much mental pain. I've never felt mental pain after running, 10 kilometers. I've felt pain on my fucking feet. Now, in terms of language, I had to learn this language and basically make friends which don't understand me, or I don't understand them fully, and I had to just go through it. And in a short amount of time, I got really depressed and really anxious about everything. But I eventually learned Dutch. Now, I think the whole point of that is you're basing. I went to school, so if I had gone to if I'd come to Belgium and I just had to learn the language, I think it would have been fine. I wouldn't have gotten depressed or anxious and shit. I think I would have been fine. But because it was tied to my progression in school, I got anxious and depressed because I had to tie my my identity, I suppose, to some grades, and the grades are tied to my understanding of the language. So if I don't understand what's on the test, how the fuck am I gonna be able to answer that? You know, I might know the information or the subject really well, but if I don't understand the fucking question, then I'm a failed fucking test. So you quickly tie your identity as a successful kid or a failure of a kid to your grades in school. And so, yeah, don't do that. Now, the next thing I wrote, I think has to do a lot with natural confidence and how sometimes by just being happy or having a good time, you're naturally confident and you don't fucking care too much about what's going on. So, I wrote, I went out to dine with my parents, and I had a great time. I was dressed well, I looked and felt good. Only thing I need to take away from my dad is to look around. Confident people look around and observe their surroundings. So that's true. Like I write down later, just to tie it in really quick. I have to be more open to being seen. By looking around, I sort of challenge other people to notice me. Confident people aren't afraid to see or be seen. Now, I feel like this is just, I don't know. I feel like there's a difference, like different definition to confidence. But I think like down to the root, I think you're not really scared of being seen, of being noticed by people. You're open, your body language is open, you're not closed in. I don't know if that matters, but I think that's a pretty great point that I wrote down. Like, yeah, you're not really afraid of being seen or seeing people. Because I feel like most of us, like, you don't make eye contact, not because you're scared of, like, I don't know, making eye contact, but because you might be anxious that they're gonna fucking fight you or some shit, or like they're gonna start talking shit, you know? Because one day I was riding my bike and I made eye contact with a fucking kid. The motherfucker started shouting at me like, "What's up, pussy? What's up, pussy?" I just fucking laughed at his ass, but I feel like that's what most people would be afraid of, like retaliation, or you know, you're noticed and you don't want to be like a nuisance or like get into a fight. I don't know. I think that's why some people don't make eye contact. Now, here is the part where it's about natural confidence. I don't know why, but a group of guys sat next to us, and I immediately disregarded them as competition. Yeah, it sounds fucking. It sounds funny, and I think it's because of the volume, tone /tone of my voice, and their voices. My dad and I were talking about his younger self kicking some taxi motherfucker into oblivion, and we were being loud. We're not shouting, but we were having a fun time. We were being loud with our voices, and we were laughing. And we were talking as if we were home. So right, just like laughing and having a good time. The guys next to us were on their phone and talked with, like, what I mean with talked with memes is that they were referring to memes while they were like talking about shit. Like, I don't know any memes out of the top of my head, but sometimes you talk with memes. You know, you say like a funny Vine quote or some shit, and they were talking like that. And I noticed that, and I kind of thought, these guys, I don't know. I suppose that's what made me disregard them, because they weren't making each other laugh, and they were timid to be heard by other people at the restaurant. Now, I mean, like, they weren't making each other laugh with their character. They were making each other laugh with funny shit they saw. And I think that's a difference between like being like naturally confident and not. Like, if you can make people laugh without the aid of some shit, like if you're, I don't know, if you're showing them a meme, you didn't make them laugh. You showed them something that you saw that someone else made. So that other person made the person you're talking to laugh. There's a difference, in my opinion. Now, the fact that I immediately realized, oh yeah, these guys aren't on my level of confidence. I don't know. It sounds fucking stupid, but or my, yeah, I suppose confidence. Yeah, it's insane how quickly the brain levels people to where they are in the social hierarchy. Now, this sounds fucking retarded, but it doesn't sound retarded. It just sounds funny to say. It's like, oh, I'm higher than you in the social hierarchy. No, it's just, I'm not saying I'm better than them. I'm not saying that they are below me or anything. Like, we're equal, I suppose. But some traits do matter when you're in social situations. Like, you're not gonna go up to the quiet kid in the fucking back, because I don't know. People are attracted to people having fun. So if you're having fun, then more people will notice you, and they will be kind of more inclined to talk to you. Yeah, I write here, nobody's below me, but they handicap themselves to the point where other people, girls especially, subconsciously know who is the highest value. I think that's a very good way to say it. Like, yeah, we're all equal, but they just kind of we just handicap ourselves and put ourselves in a lower level, you know. If you look down all the time and shit, and you look at the floor and you never make eye contact, you're handicapping yourself, because you are equal to everyone else. Like, no one is out there to get you, and if you make eye contact with someone, just kind of like, hey, what's up, you know. But if you look at the ground, people notice you look at the ground, and they just kind of realize, like, this fucking guy is scared of making eye contact. So yeah, I think that's a good way to say, like, you handicap yourself. And then I write down, like, the same shit, like, you have to be open to being seen by looking around. I sort of challenge other people to notice me. Confident people aren't afraid to be seen or seen. So now, what did how does this tie back to natural confidence? Like, look, you're having a fun time. You don't really fucking care what people think about you, and you just kind of do what you've always wanted to do. You know, if you're having a really good time, you're laughing, you're talking loud, you're looking people in the eyes, you feel kind of invincible sometimes. You feel like you can go and talk to some girl and be like, yo, what's up, and shit, and converse about anything. And I feel like this is what most people want to do. They just want to be able to talk to girls, most guys, you know. They just want to be able to not be scared to talk to girls. And I feel like a good way is to prime yourself beforehand. You can either, I don't know, talk to some friend in the phone or some shit, I don't know, and like make some funny shit up. Then you feel funny, and you feel good, and then you can go up to a girl and, I don't know. Now, on to the next day, the 31st, the last day of the month. I want to share this because, you know, life is not that fucking linear in progress. sometimes you make a lot of progress, but then you fucking stop doing that, and it's a roller coaster, really. And let me just tell you, as of today, then I write my name, will not watch YouTube at all. No more YouTube, no more Instagram, no more wasting my life away. It's rather look at the wall than use social media again. This shit fries my fucking brain, and it turns me into the most hedonistic piece of shit I know. I will only allow myself 2 hours of YouTube every Friday, no more, no less. I'm going crazy. I have spent too many hours doing nothing. It has to fucking stop. I have to stop myself from ruining my life. I like how I say it in the last sentence. I have to stop myself from ruining my life. Oh no. I'm sabotaging myself. I am in a way for watching so much shit. But I wrote that shit down, and I wrote down in a note, I failed, but went strong for like a week. It's part of the process. Try it again or modify it a bit. I'm sure I can stick to it. I think I can stick to it. I don't think like reducing your social media how much you consume of it to just 2 hours a day. Still a lot of fucking time, but you know, I thought, look, I can watch YouTube every time I have dinner. Now, I really like watching YouTube. So how the fuck am I gonna get rid of something I really like doing, but it's not that good for me? How can I get rid of it and stick to my other habits that are much better for me? Now, I really like watching YouTube. I really like it. It's not that good for me. I don't learn that much from it, but I like doing it. I like watching videos, and I like having a sense of like, I don't know. I'm just watching something. It's like TV for the boomers for me, you know. Now I really like doing it. So, but I want to stop. So how exactly can I maintain a healthy relationship between what I like doing and what I need to do to improve my life? Because this doesn't improve my life. YouTube does not improve my life, but going to the gym, meditating, journaling, studying, and reading, I think I said it already, I don't know. These 5 habits are much better for me long term than this one. This one is partially good for me in the short term because it teaches me some things and it gives me some motivation, but motivation won't take you anywhere. So the way I did it here was wrong because I did it 2 hours a day. No, 2 hours every Friday. My guy, I'm basically reducing my time from I don't know, let's say every day I watch, let's say 4 hours. Let's say, I don't know. I don't know my time, but let's say I watch 4 hours. That's a lot of time. So from Monday to Friday, I would be watching, so 4 hours every day, 4 times 5 is 20. I'd be watching 20 hours of YouTube from Monday to Friday. I want to cut that 20 hours to 2 hours on Friday. That's just, I don't know, it's too much, it's too drastic. It's too drastic, and I need to kind of think about it on daily terms or weekly terms, in which I maybe say, weekly you're only allowed to watch 10 hours. It sounds like a lot, but if you divide it across 5 or 7 days, it's not that much. You can watch an hour every day, or close to an hour, like close to 2 hours, or 1 hour and 30 minutes every day, and it's enough time, and it's good enough for you, and you just watch 10 hours of YouTube per week. So I think like that's where I fucked up. I only wanted to watch 2 hours every Friday, and it's just too little. And eventually I want to stop watching it, but I think like you need to. I think this is a good process that you should take if you want to get rid of something or add something into your life. For example, meditation. Sometimes it's hard to. It's only 20 minutes, but sometimes it's like, fuck, man. Sometimes I don't know when to do it. But it's a good way to just write down what you want to do. You only want to watch 2 hours every Friday. Then you fucking realize next week, I fucked up. I cannot do it. Then you come back to that and you modify it. And eventually you will get it down to a couple of details. Now the next things my dad used to tell me when I was younger. He keeps telling them to me, but he's kind of stopped because he notices that I'm doing them. Nobody will help me. Nobody will care for me. It is I who must conquer myself and actually grow up. I have to become a man. Rules turn boys into men. Doing shit you hate for a better future makes you a man. You don't need your phone, bro. You use it for what? For fucking nothing. Read or something, bro. Record or some shit. I have all fucking day and I do nothing. Fuck this fake ass reality I made. This isn't real. A fucking pixel isn't real. It's not real. Be better. Don't waste life. Do it for future you, or at least your future kiddo. Make that sucker proud. Now let's dissect it into the first part about rules. Or the first sentence is, let's say, nobody will help me, nobody will care for me. It is I who must conquer myself and actually grow up. My dad used to tell me, if you don't take care of yourself, nobody will. And it's very true. Like, you are, it's sad to say, but you really are alone in this life. You came in to this world and you're gonna die alone. You might die with someone next to your bed, or I don't know, some shit when you're old, but you're gonna go out by yourself. So that's why you have to conquer yourself and know yourself really well, because you the only person you have in this world is yourself. You're the only person you can count on. Eventually, you will be able to meet people that are like you and that you can trust. But it's better to only trust yourself for a moment, for most of the time, because that's the only person you can really trust, because you know what's going on in your head and you know how to do shit. Rules turn boys into men. I'm not sure if this is true. I don't know. Like, the definition of what makes you a man is like, everyone says, oh, some people tie it to gym progress, or some people tie it to the ability to provide to family. I don't know. I think it's a culmination of a lot of things, but I think like the kind of like a stepping stone is rules turn boys into men. My daily rule is I need to work out. I need to work out. I need to go to the gym. I need to meditate. I need to journal. I need to read, and I need to study. These rules will eventually turn out to make me a better man, a better person. Doing shit you hate for a better future makes you a man, because you're willing to sacrifice your current happiness for yourself in the future. It's just it makes sense when you say it, like, yeah, dude, if I work out today and I keep working out every day, in 3 months I'm gonna look sick. But not many people do it because they're not willing to go through the pain or discomfort of working out. So yeah, doing shit you hate for a better future, in my opinion, kind of makes you a man, because you have to go through hard shit, man. Then I talk about my fucking phone, whatever. I like to use nature or biology as my what do you say? Your motivation, as my motivation, or my drive even. I think it's better for drive, because I write here, be better, don't waste your life, do it for future you, or at least your future kiddo. I don't know why, but I have this fucking deep desire in me to be the best father, or be a better father than my dad was. And not in like a small term of like, I won't shout at him, or I won't do this to him. No, I just want to I want to be the best version of myself, so he will be the best version of himself, because he will have someone to compare himself against. And if he's comparing himself against me, and I'm like really well developed in every aspect of my life, he will have a really good role model to follow. I wrote some notes. I like to use my future kid as inspiration. What type of dad will I be? What type of dad will you be? What type of dad do you think you will be? Do you think you're going to be like that cool dad who doesn't mind his kid going to parties and getting drunk and doing drugs. I don't know. That says a lot. That says a lot about you. How I don't know. But if you, I mean, I'm not down. Like I'm not against partying and all that shit. It's good for you and everything. But I don't know. That's kind of the cool dad vibe. I don't know. I would be the more like I would try to fucking develop my kid physically, mentally, and spiritually through many methods I've developed over the years, and I think this is a good inspirational method that I use, and I like it a lot because it calls to your fucking biological mechanisms that tell you, look, man, right now you might be fat, you might be a fat fucking guy, and then you wonder, how fat will I be in, I don't know, at 30 or at 35? Whenever you have kids, how fat will I be? If you think, fuck, I might be fatter, is that good for your kid? Is it good for a kid to have a father who's fat? Is it good to have a father that is lazy, that eats a lot, that overindulges in activities of pleasure? I don't think so. I'm not saying that you cannot enjoy anything, like, but you know, I think being physically developed, mentally capable, and strong will make you a strong dad, and strong fathers make strong children. So yeah. Anyways, I think I've talked for enough. Yeah. Hopefully you took something away from this video, and if not, hey, see you on the next video. Peace out.